Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the garden. Today we're going to do a tour of everything. The garden has made it through its big heat wave. We're in a cool off period right now of soon to be 80 degrees, and we're going to feel like that's a reprieve. But I figured I'd take you along. So much has opened up and there's so much to see. So we'll start here in the shade garden. We have the and we're starting it off with can't remember any names. How good is that? What is this? Copper King Heucherella. This is probably one of my favorites right now from Walter's Gardens. There are other varieties that I'm really liking as well, but this one has bulked up quite well. Show you the hanging baskets are starting to really fill out, which is nice. We're getting those blooms from the Streptocarpellas, and then the coleus is starting to come on. The begonias are taking a little bit of time, but they are starting to bulk up, and that's all that matters. The tiger eye sumacs are really looking good right now. Actually, it looks like some new growth there and possibly some bud formation, so these will bloom. But panning around here, Persicaria golden arrow starting to come into bloom, which is nice. Sorry if the video is shaky. I'm trying to hold it still. This beautiful coral bell. I am thinking this is one of the mega series from Terra Nova. I can't quite remember, but the leaves are freaking huge and it's absolutely stunning. Containers are starting to fill out here. This is the one that I started out with the seed version of salvia and switched it out after I found some, and they're doing good. I'm hoping now that we've, like, I don't know, the heat's starting to come on and stay consistent now that the salvias are going to start taking off. But the coleus have colored up pretty well, except for this back one. Not quite sure what that's about, but looking good. The cannas have made it up, and our elephant ear here in the back is looking pretty good. Not a lot of new growth, partially on my part. I've been gone for 4 days, so now it's going to be onto watering consistently. I couldn't have the boys do too much while I was gone because they would just give up on me. We've got to get our roses deadheaded, but we have firefly fuchsia that we transplanted here earlier this season. I don't remember exactly what was in this. Oh, pennisetum that I took out, and I replaced it with these. And I'm starting to see now, as time goes on, some of these larger blue stems are coming out, and I'm able to distinguish them from some of the panicums, and those are going to be taken out. There's certain varieties in here that I'm just not loving how big they are, so I would like to find something else to fill their space. But we have the cardoon blooming as well, slowly panning over. This urn's doing really well. The verbena's now starting to pick up, but the coleus is starting to get lost in it. This is Pygnanthemum tenuissima, which is a mountain mint, which I absolutely love the foliage on it. It doesn't have a tendency to run as bad as Pygnanthemum muticum, which is the common mountain mint that we've been seeing around. But it does kind of get a little floppy, and I'm not sure if that's because of the conditions I have it in. I should probably look a little further into that. And we will. I'll get there. Moving over here is just an area that I still kind of want to like fix up a little bit. I just need, I don't know, I'm missing something through here. I'd like to put a bulk of salvia maybe, or maybe even just another nice like shrub right in here, and then do a layer of perennials. Got some options. As you can see, our coneflowers are coming into bloom. I'm gonna skip over the coneflowers. I'll show you them obviously, but I want to do a full tour of just the coneflower varieties and tell you my thoughts on all of them, because I do trial a lot of coneflowers. A lot of companies send me those, and I really, have thoughts and opinions on my favorites. Everybody does. Everybody picks a certain one that they really like, but I'd like to give you some attributes to each of the lines that I have gotten my hands on. This Hinoki cypress, which is just a standard gold Hinoki, was all of a foot tall 2.5 years ago, and it is growing exceptional. That one's from Monrovia. And then our floral berry Sangria Ibericum are looking fantastic and starting to bloom and produce some of the berries. I really love this moment here with the kind of a turquoise foliage. It's really beautiful on that with the gold and then the blue of the standing ovation grass there. That's not standing ovation, that's a panicum, my bad. That is Cheyenne Sky from Proven Winners. Some other coneflowers coming in, and look, my stock finally bloomed. This is Quartet Series purple. It's pretty. Let me get that to zoom in. It's really pretty. It's handling the heat pretty well. Clearly I have either a chipmunk or a mole living in here, so some things, you know, don't last forever, but some of these did peter out. I think I mentioned that and at some point, but I can't say that I do stock again. I'm not really loving it. Excited for the agapanthus. This is a herbaceous variety of agapanthus. It's coming into bloom. And then I just kind of want to take a moment. Like let's look at this perfectly coordinated vignette of just texture and goodness, and it's just pure perfection. I would not change a single thing in this spot at all, except for that shrub up there. That is our native shrub called Amorpha, and it is a weedy plant. Those are all seedlings back there, and I'm sure they're all through here, and I've yet to get to them, and they're growing fast. So I would like to find something of the texture that would get around this size. I like it to that top of the fence height there, but not a weedy mess. I have a Mahonia here. Could we imagine a beautiful evergreen Mahonia here? Or maybe like a feathery type of evergreen in this spot? We'll have to see. Well, we have Amber Jubilee 9 bark. This is the Proven Winners Black Smoke Bush. This is a, goodness gracious, what is this thing called? Big Blue Stem, Standing Ovation. There's actually no Fofia in there. Lottie's Love Rose, and then this is Panama Red Coneflower, and then a Juniper. And then my beautiful urn that I got off Facebook Marketplace. So a lot of repetition in this border. I'm really happy with it. There's a few things I would like to pluck in. There's a few things I would like to take out, but all in all, it's not bad. This area definitely needs some help along, and we'll figure it out as we go. That Jetstream oak leaf hydrangea does not look happy, and it's because this area gets so dry. But everything is not looking terrible here. This is Blaze Nephofia, looking really good. I like it paired with this mini twists Pinus white pine. Yep, that's what it is, a white pine. And then our container is looking pretty good over here. Little Halloween-y moment, but hey, I like it. Am I noticing, I think something, no, I thought, well, maybe. I thought something might be coming in here and eating. I've got a groundhog that is starting to really push my buttons here and wear me thin, but the Alternanthera, these are a variety from seed that I grew, I think Purple Prince. This is the second year trying them, and they don't really love the heat, but they do pretty good once it kind of cools down a little bit. I'm hoping they just need a little more time settling in. Unfortunately, these salvias aren't loving it here, so those are going to get moved. This area is extremely heavy on the clay, and there is a bug that keeps flying in my face, and I'm finding it very hard to find plants that are okay in it that I really want. Salvia is clearly not going to be one of them. I'm surprised the salvia is okay. Catmint, not good. Agastache, don't love it. We're gonna figure it out at some point. This is holy smokes andropogon. We were supposed to take that out a long time ago, and I completely forgot. And now my little Nophofias are getting covered up. We have weeds, we have blank spots of stuff that I've torn out, but this is Heartstrings Coreopsis from Proven Winners. It's doing really well. Out of 6 of them that I got last year, 4 of them did come back. This one's just struggling really badly. Not quite sure what that's about, but a pretty good Coreopsis nonetheless. I really like it. This year it's not showing the powdery mildew issue so far that it had last year. All right, so panning over here, looking really good. I believe this is Pumpkin Hybericum, a really nice, just a bright green with the yellow blooms. This one does get the berries on it as well. I am really fighting bugs over here that are just eating me alive. The penstemon are now out of bloom, and I will tell you this much. I know a lot of people love these seed heads and they're great for floral arrangements, and that's what I would tell you. Cut these down before they ripen because they spread like nobody's business. I don't care what cultivar you have, they will seed everywhere. Save yourself. Save yourself. Just going to do a little pan here. The little white fluffy stuff is Gallinia trifoliata, which I've really, really liked. It gets a beautiful little red capsule, like seed pod there, and has amazing, amazing fall foliage. And then the big boy here is Fascination Cultivar's root, and it is absolutely stunning. It's such a great looking bloom, such a great habit, almost kind of reminds me of Vitex, but in perennial form. This one is, I would say, just over 6 foot. I am 5'10", and it is past my head. But look at some of the things that it's doing. It's sending out like pads and little forks and such. I'm not sure what that's from, but I should probably look into it. The Betony's looking pretty good here. This is Stakey's Humalo. That's Betony is the common name. Well, yeah, common name. And then the drumstick alliums are coming into bloom as well. And most of the areas, such a fun little element. And they just kind of dance around in the garden, and that's what I love about them. If you're wondering where the grass is, this is Carex montana. Such a great filler plant. I absolutely love it. And then right next to it here is Sporobolus heterolepis. The fire pit area has still not been handled. Do not judge me. I'm working on it, but I just wanted to show you this little moment back here. Trying to adjust the lighting so you can really see it. Fortunately, we're not getting the full thing because of the straight and narrow Japanese cedars that we're going to be using in this area. I've got an idea. I want some formality. These guys are going to play a big key role to it. Slow pan here. Not much is going on over here. The spirea back there are blooming. I had a minor setback with our rose, which is the Proven Winners Oh So Easy one. And it looks like our little friend's been back here eating too. Oh, if anybody wants to come get a groundhog for dinner, free to it. I mentioned on Instagram that this viburnum blue muffin had completely been eaten and defoliated, and it has rebound. It stinks again. I don't like the smell of it. It smells like wet dog. And then I'm going to zoom in here. Oh, look, it's getting eaten again. So I'm done with them. It's going to be a big dramatic pullout, but they're gone. I don't know what else to do. They're gone. I know it's a pollinator supporter, but yeah. I'm not going to keep perpetuating a problem. If I can get rid of viburnum leaf beetle, I'm going to. And then if we pan over here, Quickfire sure is looking beautiful this year. And then below it is Peter Cottontail Yarrow. Really love that. I was trying to avoid this area, but the pond area is looking pretty full right now. Actually, I'm really surprised that this geum, which the name will be on the screen, I can't remember the exact name. I can't believe that it's actually going into bloom again. But the goldenrod here, which is Missouri goldenrod, is coming out. It's very rambunctious, and then my camera probably won't focus on this, but oh, there we are. See all those red things? Those are all aphids. And though it's food source for ladybirds, I'm not really interested in all that. We have some of our trial coneflowers going on here. I'm not going to show you too much, sorry, we're working on them. But our annuals here are starting to pick up. The Gumfrina, not faring so well. The Verbena, I thought would like love it here. It's, yeah. The Potentilla, I've known this thing needs moved, and these poor Liatris need moved as well, which I will do in the fall. This area is going to get a complete renovation. I'm going to bulk it up with some good old compost and such. With the event that I was just on at Bailey's, I saw a rose called All the Rage, and it literally has been on my mind since we left, since we met it. I want it just flanked in front, and then with the greenhouse edition, I want it flanked over here too, and possibly down. I don't know how many I need, how many I want. I just want a lot. It's kind of a holding area for some stuff as well, but we'll look at the container here. This is a DIY cartel container, and everything's looking pretty good. The the Nicotiana is starting to get there with buds. This is kind of like a part sun situation. The Ceslaria is blooming. The Salvia's not really gaining too much speed, and I'm shocked that the Nephofia hasn't bulked up more. Sorry, I thought I had an angle on that. The Cosmos are coming through. I mean, so far, not bad. Probably just needs more water. Probably needs another round of fertilizers. But this is a Silene that I grew from seed. Really, really, really pretty. It's really nice. I mean, that's one plant there. I'll put this, I think this Celine Carmine. I'll post a picture of the name. We'll put the picture up of the name on it. But hopefully when next time we check back, this will look completely different. So slowly panning. Sorry if I'm like slow with words. I'm still jet lagged from this trip. Crossing many time zones has really taken a number on me, but this section of the garden, which is the Memorial Garden, just isn't really doing it for me. I have to sit here and analyze it a little further and try to figure out what it is that I don't like, what it is that I want to possibly put in there. We'll get there in time. But the big drama is the big island bed, and boy, is it filling out. So a few things of note, and I'll try to be quick because I don't want this tour too long, and it's extremely hot out. We have buttonbush. This is a buttonbush called Sugar Shack from First Editions, which will be coming into bloom shortly. We have swamp milkweed here, looking awesome. The bee balms are starting to come in. This is Judas grape. Judas, I don't know. It's a beautiful mildew resistant variety on the market. I specifically looked for this one because of the trial garden tests at Mount Cuba. So disease resistant, mildew resistant, pollinator friendly, beautiful color. A couple other things, the new banana is starting to get pretty big. And then this is a sample plant of yarrow that was sent to me. I can't quite remember the name because I don't have it there anymore, but doing really well. Short compact version. Looks like we're getting blooms started on our Heptacodium, which this is Tianjin Sun. Well, Tianjin, yes, Seven Suns flower. This will be a kind of a small tree, large shrub when it gets to going. Need to come through and deadhead our roses, but let me just take a step back and kind of look. There's some editing that I still would like to do in this area. A couple grasses to be taken out, we'll get it handled in the meantime off camera. But this beautiful iris, I don't know the particular variety, but it's got this milky splash in it. Really pretty. Let's see if the camera will focus for us. It's really, really charming. And it's rather late to bloom this year. I was surprised. All right, sorry about that. We had some visitors show up that wasn't planning on. The Eryngium is looking pretty good. This one has been seeding itself very lightly around. Does pretty good over here. There has been some flopping, so I'm not quite sure what that's about. It's not nutritious soil over here, I'll tell you that. Just trying to keep it slow so you guys can take it in and you guys don't get dizzy like I am right now. Some more Peter Cottontail Yarrow, the geranium and Thompson, or and Folklore, one of the two. Miners, Merlot, Euphorbia looking really good, and then this is the red stock that we planted in here. This one I actually really do like. It's really pretty, it smells really good. And then unfortunately our Hinoki that we just planted from Isley called Cheerman is getting a little shaded out, so we might have to do some perennial moving. I'm not going to move any more of my trees or shrubs right now. I can't keep up with all that. We have I think the Spigilla, correct? Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Spigilla blooming here. This is Indian pinks. It's a native plant that's not all that common, but it is sure beautiful. And that's Corydalus. This is a seeding variety that just pops up and around the garden, filling in, and I'm not mad about it. Very easy to pull, very easy to manage. And then our beautiful Coneflowers river here that goes back into the shade garden. I have to say our tricolor beech is looking outstanding, holding color very, very well, beautiful and backlit. And then I know I was griping about the black Midnight Express redbud. It has faded a bit in color, but still looks relatively good, so I can't complain. Sorry, the darkness was a little bit, but Joe Pye weed looking good after it's cut back. And then everything's just been kind of slow growing. Annuals have been slow this year, so hopefully that gets changed up. This poor Clethra, I'm not sure how this got so windswept. It was very, very upright, so we might do some hard pruning here to get it back into a more mounded shape. We'll see, but it's getting ready to come in bloom and I absolutely love it. 3 years later, this Bear's Breech is blooming. It is a wildflower in terms of seeing one, and it's very prickly. So are the leaves. I actually moved this plant, I thought, and then boom, it showed back up. So, you know, just wanted to stay around. This section of the garden is looking really good. I'm actually going to go out there and turn back around so you can get a really good view of how it looks. The layers are so good in this. Very, very happy. We do have some echinacea here coming in. We have apricota, fresco apricota, and kismet pink. I think I lost a couple of the fresco apricotas. I'm not sure. Luckily, I do have a few more, so I can put them in here. The Jolly Good Clematis was looking really good. The Bling Roses, I got to come back and cut them down. But this set of window boxes is really sucking the water down with all this heat, which is not surprising. So I would say we're lasting about a week and a half, 2 weeks right now with the self-watering containers because of the heat. I anticipate them to get better now that we're cooling back down. And then over here, again, everything's looking good. That's the Bling Rose. You can kind of get an idea of the color and all that. And then over here, it's kind of like a hard transition. This is a really good area, but it's a really shady area for the most part. It gets a nice break of morning sun like right here and then over. So I'm thinking I want to put an evergreen that can tolerate some more shade. Got my eyes on a couple things. We're going to see what happens, see if we can't make those dreams a reality at some point. But dark side of the moon is Stilby, and then this pterodactyl eared fern from the Jurassic series is looking absolutely stunning. And then very happy to see my Akuba is coming back after the terrible winter I had. So I'm hoping this is the year it just takes off and looks really, really, really good. And honestly, I almost bought something that would go there today, and I'm kind of glad I didn't because I forgot that Akuba was there. The window box has not exactly filled in quite yet. Again, shade containers take longer to fill out. We'll get there. I'm just trying to have patience at this point. Tonight is going to be a watering night. I'm going to go through and I'm going to soak everybody down. I definitely have some cutback to do. You can see some of the cat mint the Nepeta is looking a little stressed after its first flush, but then we also have our allium starting to come in and kind of some sporadic blooming from the azure salvia. Oh, wow, and that's new. I didn't see that. The black and blue salvia is already coming into bloom, which is wild. It's generally not in bloom this early for me, so that just tells you how much heat is pushing on it. And the lantanas, hey Moya, if you're watching this, girl, they're not filling out as fast as I thought they would. And the Fofia are coming in, again with the Stakey's Humulo. The front garden really is layered pretty nice. I do need to come through and clean up the salvias yet, and kind of just do a little bit of cutback. Then I do want to take some cuttings of this sedum, which is an unknown variety, and bring it down and around into here. And then I've got some plans for this area as well to fill the area out more. And then I'm not sure I've showed it yet, at least here, but we did get the gate installed, which looks really, really good. Got some finishing touches to do this week on it. So I will get to that now that I'm back from my little trip. But you can see now it does walk into the backyard, which really, really cool. Went with a modern look for it. Contrast a bit. Got to do some extra painting, but we'll get it handled. I'm going to do a slow turn here, and we'll walk back out. I'm actually going to get off these stepping stones because it makes the camera wobbly. I'll take a second and show you how glorious this rising sun redbud looks. My goodness, she's done so well, so well. She's beautiful, just beautiful. But everything that we planted over here is doing pretty well. Definitely going to be getting a drink tonight. Hopefully it'll push it along a little further. We've got self-sown black hollyhocks blooming. We've got some butterfly weed. Annual salvias are looking good. More spigula. This is, I believe, apple slices variety from Walter's Gardens. Veronica called Erica. She's usually pretty quick to bloom versus the ever variety that's over there from Proven Winners. Monty is looking exceptional as always. Didn't skip a beat. Loves the heat. More coneflowers coming in, and then we have a poor little pitiful group of plants that I do need to get planted. Got these off the clearance rack, except for the cotoneaster, which not anybody's fault. I forgot to tell Rob to give this a water while I was gone. It will rebound. I'm not worried about it. It's just going to look ugly until I get it, through fall and into the next season. And then this penstemon, which is Red Riding Hood. I'm not quite sure why this one in this area constantly falls all over the place, yet the one that's over here a little bit stays more upright. You can see here. So maybe I need to adjust and move this one over to more crappy soil, apparently. This rose had quite a setback. This is Snowdrift from Easy Elegance Roses. I'm not quite sure what's going on with it, but I think I'm going to do a hard prune on it, try to revive it and see what happens. And all else fails, maybe have to remove it if it just doesn't rebound, but it's been quite a good performer for me. Some of the other coneflowers are coming in, and then we have our Zochi, marigolds back there doing their thing. And then Crimson Nicotiana. I don't know why I thought this was a purple variety. It's pink. It's lipstick pink. I'm here for it. I like it. But I didn't put purple zinnias back there because I thought these were purple. So, missed opportunity. Do a slow pan here. We have, unfortunately, a dead magnolia that's going to get replaced. But the yellow Nephofia are looking really, really good. And then if you are following on Instagram, we're doing a grow out competition of the Thailand Giant Elephant Ear. I feel like I'm behind already, and I talked a lot of crap, but it's still early in the game. Don't count me out yet. So we'll just do a small, slow pan here. Kind of how things are looking. Before we go to that, let me back out and I'll show you kind of the driveway. Some of these are the Fiesta series coneflowers from Monrovia. And the best $4 I ever spent were these alyssum seeds, because they just keep going and going and going. And it was $4, and I got a whole area bedded out. But even the ditch garden, which I need to go down there and get that plastic cup, is looking good. We need to get mulch down. I need to go through and do some weeding yet, and then we have to figure out how to keep this slope up. We're probably going to add some rocks until everything gets established, and maybe some more plants. The other side is looking good. I'm actually going to pan away from it just because we've got our city name on it, sorry. Well, this area is looking quite well too. We've got the drops of Jupiter oregano, some salvia, which I believe is New Dimension still blooming. The catamint is about to start blowing up and it'll be a white mass over here. As fast as you pull weeds, more weeds come up. But these are the dogwoods from first edition trees, shrubs and trees that they sent out. I'll put the name on the screen. It's a true dwarf, only getting 3 to 4 by 3 to 4. And then we've done some limbing up of the birch trees as well. So we'll do our last bed over here, which is at our turnaround. The deer have had some fun eating back my kufia. So it's branching. Doesn't seem like the calibrachoas are really loving it out here, which is shocking. So I've lost a lot of that. It might be just a verbena, and that might be it in this container. And the other plants that I put down here, which were some vincas that I grew from seed, aren't matching the color aesthetic. Oh well. And then we have some of the Agastache that Terra Nova sent out. This is a new one for them. That's zone hardy to 5. So we're going to see how it fares in this really crummy soil. Coreopsis Zagreb, and then we have some more coneflowers coming in, and then I'm really surprised with how much I like these orange yonder snapdragons. The color is really, really good. Lots of shades, and then a random pink one showed up as well in this mix, so I don't know what that's about. So that's going to wrap up today's tour. I just wanted to get that out for you because so much has changed. I actually had a video that I was trying to edit and get out for you guys on Monday while we were on our trip. and I couldn't. Jet lag, I'm still jet lagged. And then when I got home and just did a quick overview of the garden just to see how it was faring through all the heat that luckily I missed, I was surprised with just how much had come into bloom compared to that last video, and I'm like, we'll just update it and show you there. So I will see you guys in the next video. We've got stuff to plant. I just kind of went shopping today, so curiosity killed the cat, and I was inspired, so I went out and found some stuff to add to the garden. So hope you're enjoying your garden today. Hope you're beating the heat, and I will talk to you then. Bye.